Where is my game bar? Oh. Test. Let's see if the audio is good, or you better say let's hear. And test. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Hello there, HH. You're the first one, it seems. Alright. I posted my story to sponsor this on my profile. And now I think we'll have people coming now. Alright, time to start. I am running a test career to see if the mod pack I want to use is good, to get some familiarity with it, and to have a little bit of testing with streaming. Yeah, this is my first time doing this, so I'm kinda new to this. Okay, so last time I was building Moonlander because I want to have some of my first crewed lunar missions. I have some contracts to do stuff, in particular these big contracts from the Strategia mod, which is more of a strategy, which will give me a bonus on all firsts that I acquire in the space on the moon. So now we have built a lander, and I have to decide on how to get it to the moon, on which rocket, and which crew capsule to use. Now this is a lander with a single seat on it. Probably a scientist will fly it. It's probably Bob, and it weighs 2.3 tons. Yeah, I thought it was more like 2.4, but yeah, that's fine. Even better. Now, ideally, I was thinking about getting a 5-ton complex between this lander and a crew capsule, and lifting it to low Kerbal orbit on a single rocket, then docking it to a transfer stage that will take it to moon. Let's see if our capsule is suitable. This is our 2-seater capsule that is not currently in orbit with Valentina and Tito Herman. Tito is a tourist. It has a robust delta V capability with all of these RCS fuel and 30 days of life support. And it weighs 2.7 tons. So that would be ideal. Now I just want to make sure that it has a proper delta V. Now oh yes, I should have it listed in RCS build aid, since the propulsion system is entirely monopropellant based so that I can carry a single fuel. But this means that it doesn't show up in the usual delta V calculation. So let's see. Translation, let's see. Forward. Delta V 740 meters per second. That's fantastic. Oh, hello there. Hi, Feder. Nice to have you here. Hope your day is good. Now we have 740 meters per second delta V. That's even beyond what I hoped. I mean, this was supposed to do the final insertion band into Earth, into Kerbal orbit, and some maneuvering and the orbit burn, but I didn't think it was this powerful. Let's see. Let's manually check it. Let's drain the propellant, and let's run the numbers on my calculator. I got an oh, forgot the natural log. One second, let's see. Yeah, no, the numbers are correct. 740 meters delta V, meters per second. That will be fantastic. We'll have all the propellant we might ever want. Now, I don't think we need many modifications for lunar orbit, since we have the delta V, we have docking capability, we have heat shield. Maybe I'll give it a little bit more ablator. It's not that heavy, so I might just put it all I might just fill it, and we have a month of life support, and again, I don't think that's too heavy. Like, let's see if I reduce food to, let's say, 15 days. We have to put crew in there. Let's see, food to 15 days. Yeah. And then we'll put water to, I don't know, 20 days. And oxygen. Boy, how much oxygen do we have? Let's see if it's a significant mass reduction. It increased? Why did the mass increase? It was 2.7 tons. And now it increased. What the heck? Maybe it was the ablator? This makes no sense. Oh, the Kerbals! The mass of the Kerbals! Sure, of course. Now, we are 2,850 kilograms, and now with our supply reduction, it will go down to, oh, we have 20 days of water, 16 of food, and 18 of oxygen, and it went down by negligible factor. So we'll just get abundant provisions. You never know, since it doesn't cost me that much. Okay, now I have to make sure I have a rocket capable of sending this stack into orbit. We'll go with the capsule on top, then the lander on the bottom, and then we need a rocket. Okay, so we have at the moment our heaviest rocket is this one. Oh, save modification. This is basically unmodified. Yeah, so you actually don't need modifications. So now we have another two rockets, which is our heaviest rocket yet. But I'm pretty sure that we will have many problems with aerodynamics because this is our 5-ton mass simulator, slightly less than 5 tons. So I'll ditch these. Hello there, Francesco. How are you? I hope you're fine. Now we'll open the capsule, which we had opened before, but yeah, anyways. Now we'll modify it for the moon with a full ablator. Then we will open the lander 3 and put it inside our build, except we have no way of putting it here because root part. So I'll have to new lander 3 load, make this the new root part. Then I'll also have to open the R2 rocket because I feel we have the same problem here. And make the decoupler the root part, and then we'll ditch these. Okay, now we can open our capsule. We can integrate our lander into the stack. Wait, what's happening? Why can't I put the lander anyway? The docking port is the root part. I shouldn't have this problem. Maybe I misclicked? Yes, I misclicked. Okay, save this. Go back to the capsule. Integrate the lander for like the third time. There we go. Now this stack, together with the crew of two, with our two unflown veterans, because Val has been the first Kerbal into orbit, yeah, weighs 5,137 kilograms. That's heavy. The heaviest thing we've launched to date. Now, I want to modify the R2 rocket to carry it into orbit to perform the lunar injection burn and to break it into low lunar orbit. To be honest, that might also be done by the spacecraft. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this should be doable. So, first of all, let's see how our staging is. That way, then the boosters detach. That must be the engine plate. No, it isn't. Where is it? Okay, this is the engine plate. Then this is the decoupler. So now this is the upper stage. Come on. Okay. There we go. Now let's set it to vacuum. The upper stage will be kind of oh yes, because Oh no, it just needs to get to Luna to low Kerbin orbit. In any case, that's a tight margin, especially because of the aerodynamics. I'm pretty sure we'll need to implement the fins that fly on the R2B rocket. So let's just take the R2B rocket, which is essentially the core of the R2 rocket but it's alone and it has bigger fins to allow for the launch of this capsule without any problems. So now we'll take these away and we'll build a proper upper stage with 1 kilometers per second of delta V, something like that. Now the first thing we'll need is a decoupler. So let's get it. I'll take this one. And I leave the shot there because it's better, it's more realistic than if the engine isn't floating randomly. I was thinking about getting a fuel tank equivalent to this and making the diameter of the core uniform. So that holds 270 units of liquid fuel, and this one is much bigger. So where are they? They're here. Like this one holds 270. This is 100, around 200. So I could get these and substitute it for this and that and this. And that's our modification, and our core is modified. Let's put the smaller tank on top. Let's put it to a decent color. Yeah. Then let's modify our priorities. 19, there should be 18, and this 17. And now let's build the upper stage. I think this tank will be a good starting point. Now maybe let's see what engine can we use. Maybe the Terrier will be good. We have a kilometer per second of delta V. Even more. So that should work. Now, what is our thrust weight ratio in the vacuum? That's 0.75 with more than 2 minutes of burn time. That's a little bit too much. I'm pretty sure I'll re-enter the atmosphere before I finish the burn. So I'll use 2 Terriers on an engine plate. So let's go to structural, I think. No, it's decoupling. Coupling, and let's get the engine plate for. Wait, I already have an engine plate. What is the difference between this and... Oh, maybe this is from Restock. Maybe this is from Restock and this is from Making History. I don't have a 1.8 meter one, do I? This looks kind of nicer. So now let's see. Oh, but this has multiple colors. However, hello there, Marcus. How are you? This and I am currently building a rocket that can lift this stack of a lunar lander and a lunar capsule into orbit to be then reached by a transfer stage with a Kerbal in orbit rendezvous approach. Now, I think I'll go for this engine plate because in any case, it's smaller than the diameter of the stage, so it would look ugly if there were a pairing. So let's see, let's set for medium small and for 2 mounting points, 2 terriers. Let's put it to compact. There we go. Or maybe we have a stronger engine for an upper stage. No, we don't. So 2 terriers are really the best choice. Does this change any color? No. Now this brought our delta V back down to 995 meters per second. That's less than I am comfortable with. So I'll get this adapter tank, slap it here, which also makes the stage look nicer. And now we have our stage. Let's disable the fairing. That's but now I will use the offset here, and then I'll make a truss interstage using struts because I don't have anything else. I don't have a 1.8 meter engine plate. Oh wait, I still need a stage separator. CD18. Oh, come on. There we go. I don't have a fairing or anything. Oh, I have a fairing for this size, and it weighs 150 kilograms. Whereas I think that if I were to build a truss interstage, it would weigh at least 200 and more. So this is a better approach. So basically, the limits of career mode are forcing me to do what we used to do before we had these instruments. Okay, put this back here. Let's move this up, down. Okay. Build fairing. There we go. Let's set deployment to 4 sides. Let's increase expulsion force. Clamshell deploy on. And oh, we can choose our color. Let's see. Ugly? No. This doesn't look that bad. Yeah, white fairing is still the best one. Okay, so now we have a messy staging. Okay, so now we have first thing that okay. So first the 2 engines will light and the boosters will also ignite. Then the 2 boosters will separate. Why can't I add stages? Oh, there we go. And the rocket will continue on its own. Then we have the separation of the stage, the fairing, and of both engine plates, I guess. I don't think it does anything. I don't think it's gonna decouple the engines. But I use it later, actually. You never know. I'll use it when we decouple the lander, then we will activate the engine of the lander. We'll decouple the capsule, but that's for later on in the mission. So now I think we can put it back to altitude. We have a satisfactory thrust to weight ratio. Now let's call it Muna 1A, because it will probably be the first launch or whatever. I'm bad at naming. I will put more effort into it during the next streaming. I mean, the next game series. Now it's time to simulate this launch using the flight simulator. I don't want weird surprises when I have actually waited all the time that it takes to build this thing with the Kerbal construction time. I usually don't simulate things, but with Kerbal construction time, it makes it so difficult to actually get to launching stuff that it's essential to make sure it actually works before you do it. Now let's put a thrust limiter to the correct value. Engine, boosters, go! I'm attacking Midwest. Hello, Bratellite. I hope that the thrust weight ratio at booster separation isn't too bad, because it might be. Throttle up. Oh, it's just below 1. No, it's recovered. It has recovered. And next launch I will definitely turn on the autostrat. So you know what I might. Where is autostrat? Where is autostrat? Where is autostrat? Oh, there we go. And these. Okay. Now the situation has already improved. What hasn't improved is my gravity turn, and in general my field situation, which is quite dim, I guess. I'll start some gravity turn at least. I might want to put a third engine there, maybe. But yeah, I'm trying to launch a payload that's bigger than the entire first stage. Okay, Titan 4 did that, but yeah, this is not a Titan 4. Also, I don't know why, but the trajectory icon doesn't show up in the sidebar when it should. But yeah, it works anyways, apparently, so that's nice. What isn't nice is my 36 kilometer upwards. I think I'll add a third engine in there, maybe. Or bigger. It's actually rising. The mission might. Yeah, the mission is lost because we have a 1.1 kilometers per second in the upper stage, and they are not even close to what we need. So now what we will do is bigger boosters, bigger solids. Now, what was our actual thrust weight ratio? Because engines are not at full throttle. Like it was just shy of 2/3, so maybe it was 65. Yeah, you don't get it. It was not that bad in theory. Good, should be able to lift even with just the boosters. Okay, so wait, let's see how it is without the boosters. Yeah, it's 1.22, but then there was the aerodynamics, and 1.2 is really not that bad, that good. So I equip this with bigger boosters. I have the thumper, I guess. Now let's investigate how to use it efficiently on this rocket. First of all, does this have a attitude control? It doesn't, but I have this big fin. Oh, it does, and also I have these big fins, so these engines won't need to be turned on during launch. So I turn on the boosters first and the engines later. Hello, Destroyer Gamer. Who is I+? I might give it a kick with the core actually, because that's just 1.17 thrust weight ratio, and that's not enough. At least not during launch. Yeah, I'll give a kick with the first stage, and that should work. Last thing is, well, aerodynamics. Let's put nose cones here. Yeah, I'm doing the last things. I'll turn on auto start on a couple of keypads to heal wobbling. There we go, here and here, here and here. Then I will put a couple of traditional struts maybe at the bottom. I really don't want it to start shaking and then ending up inside my engine. Come on. Where did I leave my start? Here. Oh, okay, there. Well, oh, come on, what are you doing? Maybe higher up here. Maybe reverse. Okay, there we go. Then I rotate it nicely, and same for the offset. Okay. Now the ablator, okay, now the ablator is good. The vessel is good. No, not yes, Bill. The staging is good. Save, and let's start our launch simulation because I still don't know if this works. Simulations are always a bit weird. Oh! Come on! What? Wait, doesn't the throttle work? Ah! Yeah, that didn't really go according to plan. Why didn't my throttle command work? That's weird. But then the shift and control ones worked? I don't know. No, I will just thrust to 1/3. Yeah, I should maybe put some launch clamps there. That would be a good idea, especially in a real rocket. But this is a simulation for now, because I want to test the rocket before actually building it. Our launch so far is going slightly better, except that the thrust weight ratio is still abysmal when we staged boosters, but better than last time. And have a speed bonus. We are flying at 17 kilometers. Yeah, that's kind of desperate. That delta V reading is too much, I think. We might make it into orbit this time. 40 kilometers, 45. We still have 7 seconds of burn time. We'll get at least 60, maybe 70. That's kind of desperate. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. But yeah, that's why you test. No, definitely. That's too short of delta V. Better attempt the last time. Okay, so now I will actually resort to a third engine in the core. Maybe I'll actually extend the core, and maybe I'll even use bigger boosters. Okay, extra 3 reliant engines. It will be kind of difficult to get it on the spot. Where is it? Where am I putting it? Oh, come on, come on, come on. I don't know what's happening there. Oh, they are really clipped together. Do I have a bigger first stage engine? No, I don't. Well, I guess it's acceptable. And now we'll put these inside there. Nice. Now, these 3 tanks get upgraded to the big one. 2 big ones, I guess, because I don't have the even bigger one. Okay, this variant. Now I want to make extra sure that the next launch is successful. So now I have a decent thrust to weight ratio. I'd like to upgrade the boosters as well. What could I do to stretch the performance of this rocket? Now, actually, the thrusting increase that I just got actually allows me to maybe extend the performance of the upper stage. So maybe I'd put an extra ton of fuel there, which means that I could put, let's see which tank could I use. I could add this this fuel tank to the upper stage. Build the fairing. Where did the fairing go? Now let's check our staging. To boost the 3 engine, light at the launch. Then we got stage separation, another stage separation, the engine in the second stage, payload separation. Okay, now let's put these center stack. Let's translate it here, and let's actually use launch clamps if I have them. I'll unlock them just now. And these activate as soon as the rocket launches. Now, given that we have Kerbalism, they will activate afterwards. Okay, now let's save this and let's start our definitive simulation. I didn't kill the rocket. That's like 150 kilograms less. I hope it will be in the performance margins that I have created for the rocket, now that I have upgraded it so much. Damn, how could I think the original unmodified variant that I tried to use earlier actually could have worked? How? I put the throttle to 1/3. Everything is working. Let's go. I'm pretty confident these will make it to orbit. Throttle back up, separate the boosters. Now this is accelerating. Now maybe our last gravity turn was even too aggressive since we didn't actually get to 70 kilometers but just to 60. So I don't think I will deviate from this heading. "45 kilometers, 50. Yeah, the weight of the second stage is felt. But maybe we can use it to rise our apoapsis and then go into orbit. Yeah, we're getting almost 345 seconds of specific impulse, so we're not losing that much performance due to altitude. Now, the real killer here might be drag. Let's fast forward a bit. Now let's go to apoapsis, and I start the maneuver when we are at T minus 30 seconds. So now, come on, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Short by 200 meters per second. Yeah. KSLV2 moment. I'll give the first stage an extra stretch, and I'll call it a day. Wait, everything has the same fill priority? Now, engines, boosters, clamps, boosters, jettison. Okay. Now I save it and I won't test it because I'm pretty sure this works. We carry much more fuel in the first stage, so that should be adequate now. What really killed us was the increased fuel consumption by the third engine. And I add it to our build list. And then I'll build the transfer stage. Let's see approximately how much weight it needs to carry. Now A. Now this will be a stage that will be launched into low Kelvin orbit first, then it will dock to this thing and it will boost it to the moon orbit. So it needs around 1200 meters per second of delta V to do it all safely, which is more or less what the second stage of that rocket before did. So that might not even need to be different. Or I could make a smaller stage that then gets launched on a smaller rocket. Go. And then, okay, so now let's start building. I get a docking port. And I'll make this the new root part. And I do away with these small LCS thrusters. And let's see if it's in the right orientation. Yeah, correct. I don't remember. What is the payload of our R1 rocket? Oh, it's 1 ton to lower Earth orbit. Now I remember. I had designed it that way, and then most lunar probes actually use their own propulsion to get to moon. But this will need to be much heavier actually. Maybe it will be launched on R2B, which is the second stage, the version of the R2 rocket without the second stage that launches our crew capsules alone to Earth orbit. Okay, let's see if Terrier on this does the trick. Wait, no, I don't want to stage it. I want to do the entire burn on this. I'll disable staging that way. Oh, that's almost good. Almost good. But it will need to be bigger. I'll add a small fuel tank. What is this? Okay. And now I'll build an avionics section here. First of all, a control probe, 409 hex. Maybe a hex is excessive, an octo will do fine. Now let's have a decent color like this. These will be not a compact, not both tail. I don't really like this donut. I actually like the stock mounting version where you just have those 4 trusses. It's much cleaner in my opinion, much more vacuum related. So I'll just go with the bear. Now does the shroud, yeah, the shroud is normal size. Now this, propulsion wise, is okay. Now we need to do other couple of things. Now First of all, batteries, because this will need to operate on its own. 2 of them will be perfect. Some means of electrical power generation, not much. 4 solar panels here won't get in the way of docking or anything. Some communications. We will put 2 of these antennas here. Like so. It also has a little bit of stuff going on here. And last thing we need to think about is on our CSC. Oh, we still don't have good enough delta V. That's at sea level. Oh boy. Boy, was I wrong. We do have all the delta V in the world. Wait, we are not using these fuel tanks. Right. No, okay. Boy, that's a lot. Yeah, because we're using like 2.5 tons of propellant. That's a lot. Okay, so now let's start taking away things. 3,800 meters per second. Let's have this tank. $2,700 meters per second. I think it's kind of stupid to launch the upper stage separately at this point, but I don't really want to change the design. Yeah, we'll do with these. What is the mass of just this stage? 1.2 tons. I might actually launch it on an R1 rocket. Especially because if we halve the mass even of the fuel, it gets actually launchable on that rocket. Okay, so now let's put our antennas back here. And now propulsion. The RCS system. That's the last thing we need. So I'll have a couple of these tanks. And detach these. This clip on the solar panel, and I don't like it, so I'll put them here. That looks even better. They will clip in the engine fairing though. Unless I put them much closer, like this. I like it. Perfect. Now, RCS thrusters. Let's bring up RCS build aid, and we put I was thinking about maybe just 2 of them, like so, and they'd be 5 nozzle. Yeah, they are in a good spot. Okay, so we have propulsion, we have RCA, guidance, communication. This is a finished spacecraft, and it weighs 1.4 tons. To be and it will supply our spacecraft with 1.4 kilometers per second delta V. I want just 1.2. So now that this will work. And it's 1.3 tons. But I'll actually launch it with a full propellant load. That bugs me out that I'm pretty sure the stock delta V reader is incorrect in some major way, and I'll now check it. Now we have 345 seconds specific impulse and 9.806 times the times the natural log of 6,368. Now that was what I meant in the meme where you launch the spacecraft without fuel. 5,968 kilograms. That's 276 meters per second of delta V. Why, KSP? Why are you drunk? Maybe I should turn off the crossfeed. Now that's not a very big problem because I can just slap the big tank back in. Now, whatever the delta V readout says, it's probably wrong. So now our mass goes from 8,618 kilograms. Now divide that by 6,118 kilograms. And that's 1,160 meters per second of delta V. That's a figure I can live with happily. Yeah, it is at least 150 meters per second of margin. Now this yields a launch mass of 3.6 tons. That's heavy. That's no light payload. I mean, our crew capsule, which was the heaviest thing I have launched yet, was 2.6 tons, 2.7, and this is heavier by 900 kilograms, almost a ton. Yeah, a ton. So I guess I'll use an R2 rocket in the variant with the original one, the squishy upper stage. It should be more than inside its capabilities. Now the last thing I want to do is to have a little last check to the RCS thrusters. The torque produced now is negligible, even as well as the RCS fuel load diminishes. Yeah. Can get it down to even more. Okay. Well, I'll center it for when I'll probably dock, so when I'll probably like 3.8 units of water propellant. Yes. Okay. Also, I'll calculate to the total key. Okay. And that's our space tag design. So now let's say tag 1. And okay, that's done. And I'll add it to the queue as well. Now, it's been over an hour, so mainly of building spacecraft, but I think that next time we'll be able to launch them to the moon. And I think this thing went decently. Let me know what you think. And goodbye. I'll see you some time in the future. I hope soon, within a week.